August 21st, we're on our way to
August the
Washington,
21st,
D.C.
year 2003, on our way to
Thursday.
Washington, D.C.
Eddie and Jenny's wedding.
And look at the traffic. See? You see the traffic? Can't really tell. Oh. I guess I can put it down here you can see. We're bumper to bumper Charlotte traffic. Early morning, 7:47.
Washington, D.C. or bust.
Okay, Washington, D.C., here we come. Mitch, what you gonna see in Washington?
We hope to see President Bush.
Yeah, you want these because
Mommy's.
I'll be there this month. Oh, he didn't know we were
Good grief,
coming.
he must not know we were coming.
Oh, Ellen
Sure, he
said
would have
she
come back
really
home.
disgusted with Butch. She will not vote for him again.
What's he done?
More doings.
Alright, well we're signing off until later.
Bridge.
Bridge. There's the Potomac.
George Washington Crossway just came by Fairfax. There he is, birthplace. Man, what a bridge.
Yeah. We're still on our way to Maryland. It is 3:14 in the afternoon. Everybody's still riding. There's Granny and Mitch and Vanna. Vanna, there she is. Hi. Hi. We're all holding our breath till we cross over the bridge.
It's a big bridge.
Over the bridge.
I tell y'all, I'm afraid of bridges.
Uh-oh.
You are. Good.
Okay, we'll check back later on when we have something to look at. Ship out there, Mitch. There's a ship coming. There's the ship.
Unbelievable. Mitch,
There's Mitch heading to the groove.
this is the National Bank of Washington. Today,
National Bank
here we
of
go.
Washington.
Today is August the 22nd on Friday, and it's about 12 o'clock noon, and we're standing on the streets of Washington, D.C., and as you can see, there's a lot of things to do. The year is 2003. The National Bank of Washington is over to our left, and we're on 15th Street and F Street. We've just been off of Pennsylvania Avenue, and really enjoying the tour that we're having. This is Michelle and Mitch, and we're on the corner of Pennsylvania Avenue. It says White House Visitor Center, the National Mall, Smithsonian Museums, the White House is that way, Freedom Plaza, and then we're at 15th Street Northwest, and over there it shows Pennsylvania Avenue, which is kind of hard to focus on right now. Yeah, I've already been recording. It's recording when it says recording, right? Hotel Washington is where we're staying. Today is August the 22nd. Oh boy, the year 2003. And we have Mitchell. And we have Michelle standing there. Is Pennsylvania Avenue in the background. And Mitch is, there is the Capitol at this end. And the Washington Monument is behind the trees over here, which is very hard to record right now, but we'll get back with you later.
Andrew Jackson could not get along with Congress. He just couldn't. So when they were building, he was in office. When they built the building, he said, put it right here, because I don't want to look out the White House window and see those scallywags in Congress. So that's why they put it right here. The front of this building is what you actually see on the back of your $10 bill. Minus the two trailers right there. They're building a visitor center. William Tecumseh Sherman to the right. He was commander of the Union armies once Ulysses S. Grant became president. Now to the left is the Department of Commerce, named for Herbert Hoover, who was Secretary of Commerce. All right. one of the main thoroughfares of Washington, used to be the Washington City Canal. If you're a Boy Scout, or you want to be a Boy Scout, that statue is the Boy Scouts of America Memorial. It was on these grounds they had their first Boy Scout Jamboree. Oh yeah? All right. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, he was there. You're right there. Now, I want to share something with you. The White House was not called the White House. It was called the Executive Mansion. It was called the President's House. But before the British put the white paint on it, the British ambassador was the first one to call it the White House. He was being sarcastic. But he called it the White House, then we officially named it the White House. Okay, now, if you have a camera, you got to let me know. Because I believe in taking pictures. I don't know how to use a camera, but I do believe in pictures. So if you have a camera, if I'm going too fast, you got to let me know. Just say, Sunshine, hold it. Now here's a photo op of the Washington Monument. Do it now. Do it quickly. You have about 10 seconds. I don't think you have a view. Do you have a view? Or are you in front of that stoplight? Just tell me when to stop quickly. Just
Stop.
stop.
How about that?
Okay. I just let me know, folks, because I can't have you get up while the trolley's moving. But I will stop in the middle of the street and turn on the blinker if you need to take a picture. Just let me know in advance, okay? Okay, gotta go. All right, here we go. Okay, for real now. Here we go, for real. Okay, gotta go. All right. Remember Sound Concert Hall, bless you, in Washington. Constitution Hall, seating capacity 4,000 people. The next building, the American Red Cross, founded by Clara Barton, the angel of the battlefield. Now the next building is a privately owned art gallery, so it's not a part of the Smithsonian, so there is a fee. This is the Corcoran Gallery of Art, okay? Okay, hold your voices so everybody can hear. All right, now folks, I'm going to show you a building. It is the old Executive Office building. It houses the official offices of the Joint Chiefs of Staff and the Vice President. I'm going to give you my opinion. I'm going to give you some other people's opinions. And then I'm going to show you the new Executive Office, and I'm going to get your opinion, okay? All right? Okay. All right. Here we go.
What do you think, man?
Before we do that, I want you to take a look to your right. This memorial here is the memorial to the 1st Army Division, or what we call the Big Red One. Right here to the right. Now this is the old Executive Office building. Now here's my opinion. It looks like a giant decorated wedding cake with all the columns lined up. Harry S. Truman said, "This building is a wonderful monstrosity." Herbert Hoover said, "Of all the buildings, this is the one we regret the most." However, when they started to tear this building down, Jacqueline Kennedy fought to save this building, and that's why it's here today, because she made sure that they wouldn't tear this building down. Now, if there's an old, you know there's a new. So look at my wedding cake. Look at my wedding cake, because I'm gonna show you the new one, and you let me know which one you like the best. The red brick building, the short one up ahead, is the Renwick Art Gallery. That is a part of the Smithsonian, and that is open. Now, the Blair House is the official guest house for anybody visiting the president. Years ago, the original owners used to carry buckets of milk to the president as a hospitality gesture. The yellow brick building with the green awning, that's the Blair House. Now, if the American flag is flying, that means nobody's visiting. What flag is up there now? The American flag. Okay, because if a foreign dignitary comes to town, they'll put their flag on the building. Okay. All right, folks, you saw my wedding cake. Here's the box my wedding cake came in. This is the new Executive Office building. Come on, folks. What do we do?
The new Executive Office.
Hold on 1 second. They're doing a lot of construction. Now, it's new, it's cute, it's red, it's got air conditioning. Look, it didn't really touch the architectural style of the other one. It's boring in comparison. Can't touch this. From the halls of Montezuma to the shores of Tripoli. Tripoli is the capital of what we now call Libya. The Barbary pirates used to confiscate the U.S. ships that used to come into port. Thomas Jefferson got tired of it. They used to confiscate the ships, hold the cargo, and sometimes the shipmates for ransom. So he sent a gentleman by the name of Stephen Decatur to fight the Barbary pirates. Stephen Decatur was very successful, as well as other jobs he was given. When he came back from the War of 1812, he built a home for himself here in Washington. On the corner up here, the red brick building, is the Stephen Decatur Naval Museum. Right here. Now, he only lived in it for a little while because he died in a duel in 1820. Beyond the Stephen Decatur Naval Museum is Lafayette Park. Lafayette was a 20-year-old Frenchman who funded his way to America to help in the struggle for American independence. On the four corners of okay, you can't move while I'm, okay, go ahead while I'm stopped, go ahead. There you go, okay. On the four corners of Lafayette Park is Lafayette and three other noted people who helped in the struggle. In the middle of Lafayette Park is a statue of President Andrew Jackson on his horse, tipping his hat to the north front of the White House. Now, folks, I'm going to be honest with you. I know you want to get pictures of the White House. Think about your time, because you can always come down here at night and get pictures. But let me tell you, these half hours are going to come quickly. If anybody wants soda or water, this man is right here. Just put $2 out your window, and he'll accommodate you. Okay? Now, when I pull up through the light, that's stop number 8. For you to go down into Lafayette Park and get pictures. But
The White House.
thank you. Okay, thank you, sweetie. Okay, I don't want to hurt his feelings, but I have ice cold water in my bag. If anybody wanted water, just raise your hand. Don't be shy. Okay, if it's... What I was trying to tell you is, I'm going to pull up behind the next light. That stop is strictly to go down to the White House and take pictures. The problem is after 1 now, your time is going to hit like that. Because you think when you get off the trolley, you're doing half-hour stops. You're not. You're going to take more than half an hour because some places take longer. When you get to stop 12, that's the National Cathedral. It's awesome. You're going to spend more than half an hour there. So just really be careful picking and choosing where you want to get off the trolley. My job is round up for that purpose. Now, up ahead is General Winfield Scott. He's on his horse. He served for 54 years in the military. That's a long time. When he died, they put him on a mare, his favorite horse. Well, the family didn't appreciate it. They were so upset, they didn't want to accept it. So late one night, they sent a sculptor out to make a few changes to the horse feet. That's all I'm going to say. Now, let me say one more thing. The old gray mare, she ain't what she used to be. That's a true story, folks. General Winfield Scott. All right, this next building to your left, if you don't know what it is, maybe this song will help you. I know you've heard of them, too. The National Geographic. The largest nonprofit scientific organization in Washington. To the right, this is the Sumner School. This was the first high school built for the African American community. Now, it was named for Charles Sumner, a staunch abolitionist and a Massachusetts senator. Now, the school is now the Sumner Museum and the archives for the Washington, D.C. Board of Education. We're coming up, folks, to stop number 9 for the National Geographic and the Sumner Museum. Now, let me once again put in my 2 cents worth to help you out. The National Geographic, if you've got children, they might enjoy it, but unless there's an absolute exhibit in there that you know, every week or every month they bring in, not all that. Okay? All right. Stop number 9. My phone is working.
What? Where? In the window.
Okay. Does anyone know what happened November 22nd, 1963? President John F. Kennedy was assassinated. I'm not ringing the bell because he was assassinated. I'm ringing the bell because she got the answer. Okay. That was a tragic occurrence in America, folks. Okay? His body was brought back here, and it was at the St. Matthew's Cathedral where his funeral mass was held. Now, they're doing extensive renovations here. It took 6 months just to build the scaffolding to do the work on the inside here. Come on, come on, come on. Okay. Now take a look to your right. Up ahead, the St. Matthew's Cathedral. They're doing a lot of work in the front, folks, so I'm sorry you can't get a really good picture because there's a lot of construction going on. But this is the same, man, I remember that day. This was where it took place. This is where John John saluted his dad for the last time, right here. Okay? To the left, the angel of the battle, the nuns of the battle, the nuns of the battlefield memorial. This memorial honors those nuns who helped the sick and the wounded during the Civil War on both sides, the North and the South. Now, Burberry's to your left, Brooks Brothers to your right, 2 upscale clothing stores in the American literary world. And they're out again. Anybody remember the names of the Blues Brothers? Collection of modern art. Now, we also have at stop number 10 just a little bit of gossip. If everybody will take a look up ahead to the right, the light green building. It says La Tomate Italian Bistro. It has a green umbrella in front of it. Take a look. That's where Chelsea Clinton had her first date, ladies and gentlemen. That's right, Chelsea Clinton. It was a nice, cozy little date. It was her date, herself, and 9 other Secret Servicemen surrounding the table. This is stop number 10, folks. Anna Maria's. Remember where you are. Anna Maria's. She was served around the Kennedy administration. As a matter of fact, she was a caterer 90% of the time for the Kennedys. Stop number 10. Watch your step getting off, and remember where you are. Take care now. Y'all have a great day. All right? Thank you. Take care now. Speech. 6 bullets were fired. 1 hit a car and ricocheted, hitting the president. Since that time, they built a garage because they do a lot of speeches here to thwart the efforts of anybody else trying to assassinate the president. There's the garage down there. This is also the point in time when they added an ambulance to the motorcade. After that time, if you're ever in Washington and you see a motorcade and the ambulance is at the end, that is definitely the president. This is the Colorama area, a Greek word meaning beautiful view. I love this community. Look at the buildings. They're never, ever going to build buildings like this ever again. Isn't that beautiful? Colorama meaning beautiful view. They're kind of sitting up on a hill where they can overlook the city. Now, the African-American songstress and actress Lena Horne lived in this building here to the right. I like this building, I guess because it's round. It's kind of cool. But this is the Colorama area. I hope they never destroy this community. All right, to your left is the Embassy of the People's Republic of China. Now we're getting ready to cross over a bridge named for William Howard Taft, our 27th president. He was also the largest president, weighing well over, look at that building, weighing well over 350 pounds. He used to make jokes about his size. He said one day on a train ride, I got up to let a lady sit down and 3 ladies took my place. That's William Howard Taft. We used to call this the $1 Million Bridge because that's what it cost to build it, but $1 million is nothing to build a bridge now. So it's kind of like out of sync. Over to the right is another bridge named for a jazz artist and a native Washingtonian. Maybe you know the man or the... All right, there it is. Henry Garfield. Garfield was our 20th president. He was only in office for 2 months before he was assassinated. He was on his way to a school reunion, and some disgruntled person shot him at the train station. They tried desperately to save his life, but with technology being the way it was, they didn't know what they were doing. They punctured his liver. They stuck his finger down in there, tried to find a bullet, punctured his liver. They brought in Alexander Graham Bell. He put a stethoscope down in there to listen for the metal sounds of the bullet. He picked up mistakenly the metal sounds of the box spring. So they just dredged and made a mess of the man. Come to find out, the bullet was lodged somewhere where it wasn't even life-threatening. All right, folks, we're coming up to the highest point of Washington. And I can't say it yet because I got a red light. So while I'm here, let me give you some off-the-record stuff. The Curtis Candy Company named a candy bar after Grover Cleveland's daughter. She died 7 years after he was out of office. 7 years, okay? Her name was Ruth. Baby Ruth. You want the real deal? This is the real story. They were trying to name that candy bar Babe Ruth. Babe Ruth found out, took him to court. See, you can't name it after me.